Live it live, live it live, live it live. Serial hustler, I got cake, no surprise. Get that bag on top, round the clock, run it up, do my bop. Got dope, Betty Crock. Go get her, what you need? Join the team, house flipper, car flipper, hair cutter, smooth as butter, like no other. Don't compare me. On the eye, riding dirty, gotta do this for my family. By any means necessary. Why you acting all scary? Scared money don't make no money.
What up, though, everybody, and thanks again for joining me with the Livid Live podcast. I'm Ashley Ramirez, and today I am here with my guest, Rich. How are you today?
What up?
So we're gonna cut straight to it. So if I were to ask your parents what it is you do for a living, what would they say you do for a living?
Man, businessman.
A businessman?
Always, trying to sell something, hustle something.
Okay.
My dad, he always he said, "You a salesman? You
a salesman?
I'm a
At
hustler.
heart.
I'm a hustler."
Okay. So what do you actually do for a living?
I got my own brand and whatnot, so I just try to, sell that. Right now, I'm selling the black card condoms. So that's pretty much what I do for a living. I got other products too, which is cologne, and clothing.
So it's a lifestyle brand.
It's a lifestyle for sure. It's not only the product. It's a lifestyle. Is what we do.
Okay. So how did you come up with the concept for Try It?
Man, it started. We always say it. We used to say it a lot, like a slang, like try it. Like it was funny, and it started trending. Everybody started saying it and whatnot. And then I just got a shirt made because it was funny. Everybody knew we used to say it.
So it's like try it if you want to, or like
try it.
It can be anything universally.
We used to say it to the girls.
Okay.
And the girls used to say it to us. So it was like one of those type of lingos. Like try it. Like you try it.
Where are you from?
Detroit, Grandma.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how it started. But whatnot, then the T-shirt just took on the life it was on. It just went from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where that lingo kind of came from.
Yeah. It was funny.
So when did you know it was time for you to jump into entrepreneurship?
I've been working for myself pretty much for a while now. I started working for myself. I was like 19. Under the radar, I was working for myself.
What were you doing? What did you start out doing?
Huh?
What did you start out doing?
Just hustling anything to get my hands on.
Anything.
Yeah.
Give me a few different things, because it sounded like it was a whole bunch of different
You know how it is when you're in Detroit, man.
Yeah.
Some anything. But on a professional level, I started off doing energy.
Okay.
Yep, I was doing energy, alternative natural gas or whatnot. I had a job doing that. I started that job when I was like 22. And
So were you you were doing door to door, or was it like a salesman position?
I was doing door to door.
Did you know that was what you were getting into when you?
No, they finessed me. They
okay.
finessed me. But I seen the money into it. Like it was a lot of people like me, hustlers. And I seen their paychecks. I was like, man, I can do that.
I think companies like that really know how to capitalize on.
Man, they lied to me.
Communicate.
I'm still
so
cool.
What did they say?
I'm still cool with the guy right now. Man, we got a business right now that we doing right now. We still doing energy or whatnot. But they called me and was like, back then, this was like in 2008. So I had a plant job before that. I was working at the plant, and the big 3 hit, and then everybody was laid off or whatever. And
which plant?
It was like a park plant. My granddaddy, he was the man in there. He retired from there. He was like he ran the plant for the most part. So I was grandfathered in there.
Everybody here has worked at a plant or some type of subsidiary.
Yeah, but I already knew that was like a stepping stone. I didn't want to work at the plant forever.
Okay.
It was just getting money, and I was taking that money hustling.
To flip it.
Yeah. But what were you saying again?
I was just asking about the different things that you were doing. So how did you get started? How did the job finesse you?
Oh, how they finessed me? Right. Man, they called me. I was laid off. I was getting unemployment then, and I was in the neighborhood or whatever. We ended up getting raided one time. And I was like, man, I got to go to work. I can't be on the block all day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
Because in this area specifically, the raids just happened. Whether you're involved in something or not.
We laughed at them the first day. We got raided like 3-4 times. The first time they came through, we laughed at them or whatnot. And then they was like, we're going to come back.
You get pretty familiar with them. It's like,
And when they came back,
exactly
man, they came back full force. It was crazy.
Well, I mean, that's their 9 to 5, so
Yeah,
they gotta have something to do.
But they called me on the job. I put in a couple applications, and the job called me and was like, do you want to make $25 an hour? And I'm like, this is not mine. This is back in 08. This is what? How long ago? Try it out.
Try it.
Yeah, for real. They're like, just try it out. And I was like, all right, bet. And I was like, I was calling my girl. I'm like, I was calling her to come get me. But they was like, they threw me off to the woods or whatever and stuff. And I was like, well, after this day is over with, I'm just not going to come back. And I went out with one of these guys. He was real cool. He showed me his paycheck. His paycheck was like, I ain't talked to him in a minute either. His paycheck was like $5,500. And he purposely did it. He like when I got in the car, he had laid it like on the floor. He had a clipboard, like he laid it on the floor or whatever. And I seen it. I looked down, I see the number was like $5,500. I'm like, what y'all get paid every month? He was like, no, we get paid every week. I said, I looked at it, I'm like, man, you just made this in 1 week. And he opened up his clipboard, he had like 10 other checks like that.
Okay.
And I'm like, if he can do that, man, I can do it too.
So what do you think was like the key part in being successful in that particular job? Like everybody wasn't making 55, so it was something that everybody couldn't do.
Yeah, it was like the minimum, like the people that was sticking around, they was doing like the average 600-700, in betweeners 1,500, 2,000 a week and stuff like that. You said what it took to be successful?
Yeah, within that.
You just had to be a go-getter.
Okay.
Once you conquer not being shy, then the rest is out the window. Like either you're gonna be real good at it or you just gonna suck and it's not gonna work for you.
Okay. So how did you start your brand?
Like I said before, man, I was already like at the top of my heights at the other company I was running and whatnot, and I was just looking for investments.
Okay.
So before I even started the clothing line, I was already looking to like clothing or whatnot.
So tell us more about the clothing line.
Like I said before, we were saying it all the time, and I didn't know it was gonna be a clothing line. I just put it on the shirt just to be funny, and it just took on a life of its own. People started requesting it, like, let me get a shirt. And I was like, it's a little money in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go ahead and place these orders or whatnot, and it just took from there.
So what's the most important thing that you've learned within starting your own brand?
Starting your own brand, everybody's not gonna support you how you want them to support you. And you gotta learn out the gate, and it's no offense to you because you may have your own brand or whatnot and you may think it's dope, but your friends may not think it's dope. Don't mean they don't support you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just might, and I ain't saying your immediate circle, it might be your friends you went to high school with or people from the neighborhood or people that know you in general. They may like, oh, he's doing his own thing, he got his own brand, but they might not think it's sweet. They may not want to wear it.
But with having a lifestyle brand, like it either aligns with your lifestyle or it absolutely doesn't. And if it doesn't, that's fine. But to those who it does align with their lifestyle, like how do you think that you attract those people throughout your brand?
How do I attract those people? By putting out something that they like.
How do you know what they like? Is it just like instinctive or?
You pretty much
you learn your customer.
Yeah, you gotta learn it because when you're in fashion and in the clothing industry, you see what's trending because everything is a trend. You'll see like right now, like remember when leggings came in, it was trending heavy.
Yep.
Everybody was wearing, all the girls were wearing leggings.
Yep.
Now it's switching over to like probably like high waisted, and you know how it goes. It's a trend thing. Same thing with guys. Like it's a trend thing, man. Like we went from baggy jeans to skinny jeans to cut up jeans. It's a trend thing. So you just gotta follow the trend. You gotta watch the trends and try to be ahead of the curve.
You gotta embrace it.
Yeah.
I was listening to something with Lil Wayne, and people were asking him like, how has he been in the game so long? And he was like, I have to embrace every single form of rap that comes out. I can't be like, I ain't on that wave.
Yeah, definitely. And it might be something that you might not rock with. You just probably gotta take it and spin it. Or what I like to do is be ahead of the curve. Because if I see a trend, I'm like, okay, I know everybody gonna be wearing this for a minute. Let me see what's gonna be the next new thing. And that's how I like put out my new stuff. I try to think outside the box and put out something new.
When you stay ahead of the curve, like how do you identify the things that you need to identify in order to stay ahead?
And you had them visions, like you just had them thoughts, like, man, what do I want to do? I know everybody doing this. Let me see if I can do something different and it's gonna still relate to them and be sweet. It's just like music.
Just like we were talking about with Kanye, and how he like can see stuff before anybody can even see it or believe it. You gotta see it and believe it first before you can even put it out. So, what was your life like before learning all the stuff that you know now about entrepreneurship?
What was my life like? What you mean, like?
Like you said that you've been hustling forever, and you've been pretty much a natural born salesperson. What was life like before you knew that that's what you were good at and who you were?
I mean, I always was selling something.
Okay.
Even when I was a kid, like, you know what I'm saying, like 15, like, I just sell anything, bro, like candy. I started off, that was the first thing I think I actually sold was like candy.
Like you was the candy man?
Not even like that. Like my older cousin, he was on it. You know what I'm saying? He was coming home making like $200 a day. To the average 13, 14-year-old, like, man, that's a pair of Jordans.
Right.
In an outfit. Okay?
It's more than that. That's girls.
You know what I'm saying? So I did it a couple times. I was good at it. Okay. But I just went and made the money and, but that was like one of the first things I saw. Then, of course, I got into the other stuff.
So to pick your brain a little bit, I want to know, how did you come up with a contraceptive line? Because I haven't heard of anybody doing that, and that's really unique.
It was a vision, man, because I was like I said before, I always want to be ahead of the curve, and it seemed like I was doing clothing before the pandemic, right? But it seemed like once everybody started getting money, they want, like, people, we smart, black people are smart. We want to invest too.
Right.
So everybody was like, man, you can see the wave going to everybody want to start their own clothing line. How many people you know got a clothing line?
How many people do I know that have it now, or how many people do I know that started off with it and they just not really born entrepreneurs? They threw their money at it, but they abandoned ship. So
that too. Like, how many people came out with it? Like, I know at least about a good, just out of my friends, probably about a good 10, 15 people that started their own clothing line. Okay. And I mean, there's enough money out here for everybody to do it, but when it's saturated, you always want to throw out something new.
Right.
And that's when I started switching up. It was like, I'm already doing this. I've been doing it. Let me give my customers an incentive. Let me see what I can bring out that's going to, bring up sales, shock value, stuff like that. And I was like, man,
So how do you market this? Because it's like, when you see any type of condoms, it's hard for me to say, I'm going to say it condoms. Whenever you see them in a store, they're in the backpack section. If you see them at the gas station, they right in the front where the register is. Man, it's hard because
I deal with that like every day, like, because I'm the person that like do the deliveries or whatnot for the product. How do I? What again?
Well, my first question would be like product placement. Like, do you have anything to do with product placement, where your product is placed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so tell me more about that.
So they normally, like, convenience stores and gas stations, they normally have it like in the window. This is a new product, and they want people to learn about it and buy it, of course. Some gas stations, they don't want it to be shown at all. Some stores, they don't want it to be on display at all.
Right.
They just want people to know about it, and if they know about it, they ask for it, there you go.
So you gotta have some type of competitive advantage that aligns with your brand. What's your competitive advantage against other lines?
Right now, I'm fighting a big monster. I ain't gonna lie. Trojan, that's a big monster. So,
but they really just have a dumb commercial that, like, we hear it in our head. Trojan, man, like, that's all.
That too, and they packaging.
Okay.
Can I
open it?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna open the actual thing. Just the packaging is like. But what about their packaging?
The gold card. That's where everybody, the gold packaging. That's where everybody was shocked at. I remember when Magnums first came out, like in 2004, they started getting popular, like 2003, 2004. And we was all grown off the gold packaging.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And plus it was like a large fit. Everybody was like around that time. Lifestyles was too small, of course. And we was doing the Trojans, and then the Magnum just came in. Everybody had to have a Magnum, the gold Magnum. You know, so
that was really just branding.
That was just it. It was just the branding.
Whether lifestyle was made for you or not, like you know, people might just say, "I need a Magnum."
Yeah, and you have man. You hear girls talk about it all the time, like talking about how you gonna fit a Magnum, you just airing your Magnum, all that type of stuff. Because it's the brand. Everybody want to have just the gold wrapper, and it. I mean, the condom is the condom. You can take the Magnum out of the wrapper. By me being in this industry and whatnot, all the condoms are pretty much the same.
Right.
It's just about how you market it.
How you market it.
Yeah. And right now, the way I'm marketing it right now, I got a couple ladies or whatnot. They nice looking. Pretty much doing a lot of promoting.
I know. I saw on your page. I was like going through. Mm-hmm. I didn't get too deep into it because I didn't want to be too nosy about asking you the questions first.
No, do you think? Do you investigation?
No, you. Okay, so investigation, stress tests. Like even though all of the products are pretty much the same, like as an entrepreneur, I know you probably like did some extensive stress tests on this particular product.
Yeah.
My question was really about like simulation and different type of stress tests, like chemically speaking. I know I work for a company right now, and what we have to do is test the product in different environments. So like you ever have to test your product in different environments or like leave them in the car and then see how they last or put them in extreme heat or extreme cold?
We don't have to go through that, you know. But you do know the difference. Like when you leave the product in the car, it's cold.
I don't know.
And you know, it's still lube. Everything's still functioning correct, but you know.
So it's already been stress tested and improved?
Yeah, we improved for sure.
Okay.
I use them too. A couple times.
So, what would be
no smell on them?
So, what do you mean no smell? Like,
so okay, like if you're a kind of person like he know what I'm talking about. When you use condoms, right?
It's okay, Aaron.
It automatically leave a smell.
Okay.
Like when you pull it out, got that rubber smell.
That's why they.
Man, you get caught cheating with that smell every time. And anybody that knows, you can't get rid of that. You got to linger away.
Okay.
It's like I tried everything. Like with Magnums, you know what I'm saying? Of course. Condoms, leaving the person's house or whatnot. Like, dang, I done washed up and everything, and I still got this smell on my finger. You know what I'm saying?
So really, you've created a whole different conversation and avenue within this interview, because for people who don't know about the smell or who people...
Oh, they know.
They might know, but for people who don't know, your product will be able to serve people who are out trying to get away without getting caught.
I'm not influencing.
No. People make their own decisions.
A lot of people don't like the smell either, though. Like you get in the shower, whatever you gotta do, it's still not gonna come off.
It's a lot of people with scent sensitivity, and that definitely makes a difference.
Ride with the car windows down, you know, none of that work. It just gotta go away.
So that's a stress test in itself.
Yeah, and the black car, they don't got that smell.
Okay, so what would be your best tip for producing or manufacturing a product? Tell us what that process was like for you.
Do your research. You want to make sure you know what you get. Because you got some everybody's trying to just get your money. You know, and you don't get a good product.
Okay.
You know, so you want to make sure that you get those samples. You deal with different vendors or whatnot to see who got the best quality. So because you putting not only is you putting your brand online, you putting your name behind it as well.
So you got like reviews for this product, or are you thinking of something where you're gonna come up with like a review area so people can?
Yeah, on the website. We get the website revamped right now because we're dealing with a big warehouse, a big chain company. Y'all all know, everybody know about it. I'm not gonna put it out until it's out.
Okay.
But we're revamping it for that company.
Okay, that's awesome. So, do you deal like individually with clients when you're promoting this product?
Meaning?
Like, have you ever asked someone who carries your product like about the customer interaction?
Like the store owner?
Yeah, if I figure out like how your customers come in and like what type of customers that you have?
You always got that. When you got them in the store or a gas station, condoms really don't sell. Even manuals, they don't really sell unless it's like a 24-hour location.
Exactly.
Because people come in after midnight to get where they going.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times with my product, it's new. It's still new, so a lot of people don't know about it.
Okay.
It's a lot of people that do know about it, like people that know me, see me promoting it, and I can only go so far,
Right.
without the machine behind me or whatnot. But we are in like over 1,000 stores.
So 1,000 stores, that's a lot.
Yeah.
As far as
Over
promoting your product, and that retail piece is just a whole nother animal in itself. But outside of stores, where do you go to market and promote your product?
I haven't went nowhere else besides the stores right now
Okay.
and social media, and things like that. But the feedback that I get from the store owners, in the warehouses, because they're in warehouses as well, is pretty much they still do. It's a good quality product. They like it. The ladies is my main concern though, because the women is the ones that use this product. They want non-latex
Okay.
because a lot of women can't wear latex.
Right.
Can't.
Some allergic reaction or some type
Yeah,
of
so
adverse effect.
that's one of the things we're working on right now. It's it's a couple. It's my first rodeo, so we got a lot of stuff that we're gonna we want to definitely boost the quality up, because this is a good product. It's a real good product.
You can tell, like the packaging, everything is legit.
It's a real good product, but it's all about taking it to the next level. We want all sizes. We don't want nobody complaining. We want. I was in the store and I seen Durex. They got a condom. It's a triple X large. I said,
so they trying to come up and
I'm like,
compete
man,
with
triple
fashion.
XL, man. Come on, man. Y'all killing the game, man.
I mean, product packaging. It might not even be all of that.
But if you look at you probably pull out they triple XL. They triple XL probably the same size as
exactly. So it's just
the extra large or magnum.
So it's just their branding.
That's just how you. Because if you go imagine you go inside a woman's house, right? And you're like, yeah, you pull out that box and it's triple XL. Like,
not today. Not today, sir.
That's crazy.
So, tell me about a time where a client made you livid.
Made me mad?
Yeah.
That's customer service.
Right.
All day, man. Like I said before, my first little rodeo, dealing with customers face to face, you always gonna have that one customer that's gonna have some hating stuff to say. So I'm used to it. I don't pretty much let it bother me. I don't get livid about stuff.
Okay.
I just keep it moving because it's always that next person.
You're just cool.
Yeah, it's always keep it that next person.
So
if I get mad, it's a different story. I ain't about to say, man, I won't have a business. I'll be in the shade room.
Okay.
I'm professional.
That's okay.
So let's keep moving.
So, tell me about the time a client touched your heart.
Every day. Every day, I get those compliments. With the negative, you always get the good. So people always tell me, like, man, I like what you're doing, man. And stop and I'll be on the move, and they be trying to have like 5 to 10 minute conversations with me and inspiring me every day, man. Telling me to keep going, and it's unique, and just pretty much they want to know, like, dang, like, man, how did you come up with something like this? And so I always be inspired about that. Like, man, I go home and I'll be like, man, I know I'm on the right path. I just gotta, get it all the way out here.
People got a lot to say about our people in general, but there's also a community of people who always are either promoting you in whatever way that they can, or they're trying to encourage you. So it's really good to hear that. That's the kind of feedback that you get from the community.
Yeah, I get a lot of that every day.
So as an entrepreneur, what's the best compliment you've ever received?
I don't know. That's a good question. What's the best compliment I've ever received? I don't know. Because everything I did, I was always good at. So
you always get compliments, pretty much.
Yeah, like everything I do is like I'm always good at. So I don't know. I can't really, and not that no cocky stuff. It's just I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
I can't grab that right now.
No, that's all right. What makes you feel inspired or like you're your best version?
Man, my kids, man. My kids, man. I'm inspired by my kids and what I can do for them. Because they young, they don't understand what's going on right now. They don't know how big this about to be and how big I'm taking this thing.
Do they know what it is? Or
my son, he be calling me. He be like, Daddy, I seen your product in the store. And I'm like, that's what's up.
and it's hilarious because kids like watch what you do even if they don't know, and they definitely if your son see Trier or Black Car, he's like, that's my daddy. Like,
yeah, for sure. My daughter, she know. I can't hide that from her because she's getting older and stuff. Man, I have to,
I wonder what like that conversation piece
like
for her friends.
Oh my God, I don't want to know.
I mean, it is really entrepreneurship. I had a friend, her dad owned a video store back when we used to have like Blockbusters.
Oh, okay.
And then when Netflix kind of started coming in, like Blockbuster started closing up, her dad pretty much was an adult video dude. And it's like, that's the business. So it's not like...
And they come in and get the magazines and the toys and stuff. They be trying to... I be saying them a lot. But yeah, my kids is my... they inspire me. Not only do my kids inspire me, me. I want to reach levels that I know I can reach. If you set out a plan and a goal, I'm inspired by reaching those goals, because a lot of people will doubt you. Like, you can't do it. He doing this, he doing that, So that's why a lot of people ask me, like, what all do you do besides this? This is what I do. Because you got to put your all into something. If you don't put your all into something, then that's what I learned in business. You can't be all over the place. Because if you all over the place, it's not going to gel.
Yeah.
You got to at least get something going. And then you can start, you may have a million ideas, but you ain't going to never get to those ideas if you don't stick with one first.
Okay.
If you stick with that one idea and blow that up, take that to the next level, then you can okay, I got this going on. And it'll be a lot easier now because you got a platform for it. You feel what I'm saying? Once you gain that platform, now you can it's just like when rappers, what they do. When they get big and rap, they now got a clothing line. They got this, they got, so it's pretty much with this. I'm pushing this to the limit.
Push this to the limit, and then whatever else comes from it.
Yeah. I already got the next product in mind. I already got, I'm already on top of it. So it's like, it don't stop here. So be expecting more, for sure.
Okay. Off time, but even if that's not going on. I wanted to know, do you do vending machines?
I got them in vending machines.
Okay.
By default.
Okay, yeah.
Man, because, listen, I went to, I got them in this box right here. It'll go, in a week or two at this one motel.
Okay.
I got them at this one motel, man, and the guy be happy. Every time he see me, I need more.
So it's not the motel that I'm thinking about because the guy got an accent.
It's like a short stay.
Is it the short stay of the city?
It's a short stay.
The Crest Motel?
It's a nice one though.
Okay. But I'm saying as far as short stays, that's
the short stay is, right?
Short stay is, yeah, for sure.
And he got all that in there, I put them in there, test running, and
it's a tax. The short stays, they tax for everything.
Huh?
They tax for everything.
Oh yeah.
I know because one of my friends, her friend owns one. No, because I didn't know what they were. No, you ain't gonna work. I'm not going to no motel. No motel.
But no, I put them in there, and then I was like, man, if they moving like this so fast, let me go to another one that I know that pumps. And when I went in there, they already had them in there.
The funny thing about that is when you are doing any type of customer evaluation or you're doing any type of investigation to figure out who your customers truly are and how they think, you gotta go into their places
yeah, man, because that's where they use them at. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, the crazy thing about it, right? If you go in the gas station, right, and sit in there for an hour, right? Because I've done it.
Where do you sit?
I'll be behind the counter with my
cool.
And
they might think that you sell that.
No, I mean no.
You gotta blend in though.
Yeah, for sure. Ain't that 9 out of 10 males gonna tell you that they don't use condoms.
That's what they tell that girl.
No, because you got the guys that got girls, that they can't come home with the condom.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean.
You come home with a condom, it's over.
Yeah.
Then you got the guys that just freaky, don't want to use condoms.
Okay.
And it's like a good 70% guys.
But it's totally still a market for them.
It is.
Like I said, I'm a weirdo, so like I watch
the biggest customer, believe it or not, is women. And they like to buy like this.
Well, see, when you said that, when you were like, this is a product for women, like on the surface, you'd be like, no, it's for a man. But on the weird side, knowing what I know, like I watch YouTubes of like people who are strung out on drugs and they got their own YouTube channels, or like prostitutes that like they got like a man. Men can't really prostitute like that. So when men got a drug addiction or they homeless, they got different hustles. Like they gotta cut grass, they gotta pick up bottles, and that's pretty much all they can do. But the women, that's how they make their money. So
and they gotta keep it clean. I remember I was in Mexico, man. When I was in Mexico, we went to this club. It was like, we was in a high class place. It's like I don't know if you ever heard of it before. It's called Puerto Vallarta. Okay, it's rich. It's the rich part of Mexico. And you go there, they mall is bigger than Somerset. They Target, that Target right there in West Bloomfield.
Telegraph.
All these stores are just like that.
Okay.
Man. So we like, all right, we leave there. I'm like, man, let's go to the hood. Let's see what the hood look like. That's crazy. We go down there, man. They got picnic tables and chairs inside the club. They call the girls out. Unos, dos, vamos. They all lining up, man. Like, and they ready. They got their little care package, and they ready to go.
Were you aware of that before you came out?
I didn't know. It was like, it's a strip club. We went to a strip club.
I'm talking about before you came out with this. Were you aware of it, or like? So you gotta just travel with boxes of these all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they already got it on.
Okay.
They already got it on. Like, whichever one you need. Which do you fit? They be ready.
So let's get back to this little line of questioning, Tim.
Okay.
So this next round is called the Livid, Vivid Fire round, where I rapidly ask you a round of questions and you ask them as vividly and as lividly as you can. So it's like a faster round. So you gotta answer the questions quick. What you gonna be good at? Talk fast.
You think so?
No, so.
Okay.
So what's something people seem to misunderstand about you?
Man, that I'm a giving person. I love hard, but I cannot give a fuck quick as hell.
Okay.
Like for real, I can turn, just like how I can go from corporate to hood, I can go from loving you to.
You're a professional code switcher.
Yeah. So a lot of people they can't understand. They like, you a Gemini, so you got two personalities. No, I don't. I just don't tolerate the BS. I'm quick to move on.
Yeah. My brother, he a Gemini, and I know him in a different way than other people know him. They describe him as like this crazy person or like this crazy cool person is either or, but I don't see that bad side of him. So
we don't have bad sides. Everybody got two sides to him. Or more sides.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And I don't believe in that Gemini two personalities type thing.
Most Geminis don't.
We don't.
The second one I heard this week that said it didn't understand.
I mean, because a lot of people, you can ask my friends, like they may say when I get mad, I'm mad. But I'm always cool. I'm always loving. I'm always, I don't think if you find somebody that say they don't like me, they hate you.
Okay. I like that. So what should I ask you that I didn't know enough to ask you about?
Right, say it again.
What didn't I ask you? Or I'm sorry. What should I ask you that I didn't know enough about you to ask about? Could you just ask me everything about my whole life story?
I don't know. That's a good one. I can't. We probably gotta come back to that.
Okay. If you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
It'll be the product for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
For marketing reasons. We actually do got one in the making though.
Okay. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
For sure. So, if there was a zombie apocalypse and all that is left about you is a book of your life, what would that book be called?
What would it be called?
Yeah. The title.
I don't know.
I know what it's gonna be called.
What?
Try it. So what?
That ain't my whole lifestyle, but
it's not. But
everybody, a lot of people know me by my like I said before when I was in business.
Okay.
By my last name, and then the streets know me by Try It and my Instagram and all that stuff.
So you got 2 books.
Huh?
Pretty much 2 books.
Man, I got a lot, man. I experience a lot for sure.
Okay. So what makes you livid about people?
What make me angry with people? I hate sneak this. I hate pillow talk. I hate people that do it.
So you gotta explain to everybody who don't know what sneak dissing and pillow talking is. I know what it is.
Man, like, okay. Say for instance, me and you cool, right? And I got something that I don't like about you. I'm gonna tell you to your face. I'm not gonna go tell the person that you don't know.
Right.
Or I'm not gonna.
Throw a rock and hide your hand.
Yeah, because if I'm condemning you, I'm condemning myself, right? You know, so at the end of the day, you know, I just don't like. I ain't gonna say hate because I don't hate nothing, but I don't like people that gossip.
Okay. So what makes you feel alive?
What makes me feel alive? Man, accomplishing new things
Okay.
and seeing the reaction of people's faces. They doubt it, you know, the typical stuff.
That was the first time that I did that round, and I felt like I was moving too slow. Because you talk fast, but you got a lot to say. So
Yeah.
that was a good round.
Okay.
So this round is the slow down round, where I ask you these questions, and you'll pause for like 2 to 5 seconds before you answer them, because they take a lot of thought.
Okay.
So if you could turn back the hands in time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Focus on the prize. Because, man, I'm going to tell you right now, man, when I was 18, I got distracted by a lot of things. And we all do. You know, we all get distracted. But I always had the right intentions, but I always I always knew what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be. If I didn't get distracted, I'd probably be here a lot sooner.
Okay.
And a lot quicker.
That's real. So if you had $100 million, would you buy time, pay Big Pharma to bring somebody back from the dead, or would you kill someone or something, and why?
Name those three again.
It's pretty much buy time, kill, or bring somebody back from the dead.
I don't really got no, and it's a blessing. I don't really, nobody from the dead. Because if it would, it'd be my grandfather's, both of them.
Okay.
But they live a good life. I think they, you know.
So they earned everything.
They earned everything they got. Man, I look up to them. I respect everything they do, but I know they did everything they want to do. So,
Did you ask those questions when you were little, or do you think that like you wish that you could ask certain questions now that you're older?
man, I asked my granddad everything. On my mother's side, my grandfather, we got a big family. On my mother's side, it's like 40 of us or more. It's like we was like 20 plus cousins. I got like 9 aunties. It's a lot of us. So it was, you know, I would always be over at my granddaddy's house, but it's a lot of us.
Okay.
You know, so that one-on-one time is limited for sure.
Right.
But my granddad on my father's side, you know, I'm like his oldest grandson,
Okay.
and there's only 3 of us. And every time I got I had a question, or if I had a problem, if I was stressing, I never asked none of my granddads for money, like none of that. Teach me something.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying? So I would call them to vent, like, and ask them like, how should I do things? Because I know they got the wisdom, they got the experience. And I always come out, you know, focused after I talk to my granddad. But yeah, I wouldn't buy time because, you know, I don't know.
You might not need it.
I might not need it, right? You know what I'm saying? And what else? What was the other one?
Killing
Would
someone.
I kill somebody?
Or something. One or something.
I don't need $100 million to kill nobody.
Okay. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Your logic is hilarious.
You know.
Because I never heard nobody respond to it in that way, but you don't need $100 million to kill somebody.
If I wanted somebody out here, they'll be.
Say less. If you could have dinner with any 3 people dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Dead or alive. I can have dinner with them. I don't know, man. It's tough. Pop.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely had dinner with him. See
Okay.
how he, you know what I'm saying? And everybody know the reason why, like, You know,
25-year-old pot or like 50-year-old pot?
25 for sure.
Okay, because it's like
Because that's
don't
what
know.
we don't know what he would have been.
Yeah.
At 25. He probably would have been
completely different.
Ice Cube now on a different level.
Right.
Because he was in the movies and all that stuff. But Pot for sure. That's how the famous people. There's a lot of other people that I admire though, man. Like, that I would love to go to dinner with, but I can't think of my family.
Okay. So, if you were Malcolm X at the Audubon Ballroom or Nipsey Hussle at the Marathon, what would be your last meal?
I don't know. I can't say because he was a Muslim, right? Malcolm X. So I can't say no pork chops.
No, you totally could. Because this is if you were having your last meal.
Oh man, shoot, I don't know, man. Something good, something that's gonna satisfy me. Because I don't eat I eat to keep going.
To eat, not to enjoy.
Eat to get fed.
Yeah.
You know, I like to enjoy my meal, of course, but I ain't.
Most men don't eat like that.
Yeah, because you gotta think when you give a man something, he gonna devour it, and then he's just gonna be going.
On to the next
And you don't know what he's like. Was it good? Like, I was hungry. Ask anybody that, you know. But you have some picky eaters too. I ain't a picky eater. Like I'm the type of person. If my food messed up at a restaurant, I ain't gonna say nothing until it's time to tip. Like, hey man, I'm still gonna eat a tip. But that shit was horrible, man. You know, man. I was hungry, so I ate it. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for coming on and joining me in this podcast. You were like highly recommended, so I really appreciate you for your time. And thank you guys for watching, and you can catch us on the next and the last episode.
Live it live, live it live, live it live. Serial hustler, I got cake, no surprise. Get that bag on top, round the clock, run it up, do my bop, got dope, Betty Crock. Go get her, what you need, join the team, house flipper, car flipper, hair cutter, smooth as butter, like no other, don't compare me. On the eye, riding dirty, gotta do this for my family. By any means necessary. Why you acting all scary? Scared money don't make no money.